Welcome to Live with Elder Kabir, where we are reminded to be faithful in the little. I am the voice behind the scenes, Deacon David. Today we have an encouraging show for you. Please watch till the end, and we hope you are blessed by this live stream.
Shalom, shalom, saints, family. So good to be back here again. Another live stream for you. I give all praise to the Most High Yah for the opportunity to be able to speak with you guys and to share a good word to all of Israel. So this is a good. We've been trying to do this every other week. So we started a little bit late here. I know this is going to be good because we've been having some technical difficulty. So, but hey, Satan can't stop what Yah is doing. And so we're going to get this thing out in spite of the fact that we are 50 minutes late than when we usually put this out. But hey, it may be a good timing because Yah's timing is the best timing anyway.
That's right.
So other than that, do you have anything you want to say, Deacon, before we just
How was your week, Elder? I know it's been a lot going on lately, but how are you doing?
My week has been good, man. I'm just so thankful. I'm thankful for just our community here. I really appreciate how we do things here. I appreciate my family, my women, my sons, my daughters, the brotherhood, the sisters. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful to be able to love Yah, to be able to wake up and love Yah, and to love and have an opportunity to truly love my brother and sister by, doing life together, doing community. So it's been a good week. I, had to do some stuff with the taxes. We're still in the battle with the village of Hobart. We have been battling. I don't know how people who don't have money or time to fight these battles, but I'm thankful for our brother, Baldwin, that's been helping us behind the scenes there. So he's been a huge blessing to the ministry of Straightway Truth Ministry. And right now we are at the level of, and when I'm talking about, guys, is property tax. We are a church. We will be considered a religious organization, a church. We use this property exclusively for religious purposes only, and education, schooling. And we have been denied. We have been unlawfully taxed on paying property tax since we have begun in 2020. I want to say 2021 or 22, but and we've been battling. We have started in the lower courts, in the circuit court. Then we went from the circuit court to the appeals court, and now I feel like I'm going into the playoff for the Super Bowl. But now we are at the Supreme Court of Wisconsin. So this is the highest court in the state of Wisconsin. And so we are there, and we're going to see what's going to happen. So they've been trying to get us on some type of technicality BS. But we're going to just keep on pressing forward. And if this takes us all the way to the United States Supreme Court, that'll be exciting. So we're just going to see what's going to happen here. So that was one thing. So I was able to mail that off, and so I felt this week was really light, and just doing stuff, obviously, with my business as a financial advisor. So anyway, it was a good week. I know I just said a lot there, but it was.
Yeah, you said a lot.
I know I'm supposed to give you just a brief, but it was a good week. It was a good week. So I felt once you get the thing out, send it out, you're able to respond. It's always good because they always try to catch you. They send something back, and then you got to respond.
Ping pong,
our printer wasn't working right, Deacon. Like we were having,
sure,
our scanner wasn't working. So
our emails aren't working.
Emails not working.
Yeah.
So
everything's good now, though. But
but everything's good, and so that's why I'm thankful. So hallelujah. So
made it through another week.
Well, guys, I got to come to you guys about this one. You guys know, I don't know when I spoke. I think it was September. I know my birthday is on September 24th. So I think it was sometime around that time during the feast. I was asked to preach the Shabbat. And it was my first time preaching. It was an honor and a privilege to be able to preach to all of Israel Straightway Truth Ministry, and to represent the Most High Yah. And to be, guys, I'm just being honest. I mean, I've done a lot of speaking engagements, right? I've done a lot of speaking engagements in my years of in the world, playing football, just being a celebrity and things of that nature. I've done a lot of interviews, very comfortable speaking to people for the most part. But I got to say, this was a huge challenge for me, because when you're coming behind the likes of Pastor Charles Dow Jr., Pastor Corey, Pastor Daniel Meir, and every time they preach, and all the other people, Teacher Shane, and all the other people that think when they speak, it's always like, man, I mean, how many times, deacons, and when we hear when these people are preaching, we say, man, weren't we just talking about this? As if they have a microphone in our house, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And all we can just say is, it's got to be the Holy Spirit. It is not like I talk to them before they speak, or I have conversation. I don't tell them everything that's going on here necessarily at that time. And the very thing that we needed to hear, they were preaching it. So coming in with that dynamic, like thinking, like, I'm not even connect. I mean, I'm very laser focused on my community, my responsibility, whatever Pastor Dow needs me to do. I really try to stay in my lane. I don't try to go outside of that. We call it stay in your own jurisdiction. So I really stay in that realm. And so I don't know necessarily what's all going around all of Straightway Truth. And, I try to keep up with the videos and things of that nature, but I'm a busy man. I'm not going to lie. So I'm trying my best to keep up. But I was very, nervous, obviously, because I'm like, man, how do I know that what I've been praying about is going to be addressing the things that everybody needs to hear? There was that dynamic, right? And I remember leading up to it, because Pastor did kind of give me heads up, and I was praying, but I couldn't, it's kind of like a writer trying to figure out, what are you going to talk about? I mean, and it's not like Pastor said, hey, I'm used to in the Christian circle, we were used to the pastor telling you, talk about this, talk about this topic, or the church is dealing with this. And so they gave you some type of guideline. So you stay within that guideline. And so you was led by, instead of the Holy Spirit, you was led by the pastor. He kind of told you how to talk. But believe it or not, guys, I know it's crazy, but Pastor Dow literally says, I want to hear what Yah has to say through you. I mean, he's just like, okay. So it's like he didn't tell me what to talk about. No guidance, just you're next. And so and all that kept coming up is love, the first love. And as I was thinking about my own first love, and not to repeat the sermon, you can go back and listen to it, but pretty much that is what I was seeing in Israel. Just hearing all the buzz, people, obviously we know people have left and things of that nature, and seeing how everybody I'm like, where is the love? And that was lacking, and realizing, like, man, this is a ministry that has power. We cast out devils. We do deliverance. We speak in new tongues. We lay hands on the sick and they get healed. We've seen this. I've seen this. I've experienced it here, there, seen the power of Yah working. But then I'm seeing that love has lacked since I've been in this ministry. And it comes down to just simple mechanics, just the simple basics. So I guess the moral, the title of this message is how to biblically deal with offense. It's offense that's kind of trying to ruin a great ministry like Straightway Truth Ministry. I still can't tell you, with all that I've experienced in the 7 years at Straightway Truth Ministry, I have not seen a ministry like Straightway Truth Ministry in all my life. Maybe there's something out there, but I have never seen it. I bet you even the people that have left can't even show you something that's even better than what we're doing here at Straightway Truth Ministry. I bet you they can't. Straightway Truth Ministry is still a ministry that is light years ahead of the rest. I can't think of anything doing exactly what Straightway Truth Ministry and what we're doing here, led by Pastor Dow. And so, but guess what? Even us, we got to look ourselves in the mirror. The great reset that Pastor talked about, we got to look ourselves in the mirror, starting with me. What are we doing wrong here? So I just want to go back to basics. Let's get back to the essential, because right now our greatest enemy, who do you guys think our greatest enemy is? Who you think? See, you may think it's this person or that person or this sister or that brother or that pastor or that deacon or that elder or that. And at the end of the day, it's the Hasatan. It's Satan. He is our enemy. He is the person that we are that's fighting against us. Now, he uses people that you may want to put their face on there, but those are just agents that are being submitted or being used at that moment to cause division, to do whatever. What does Satan do? He comes to steal, kill, and destroy.
Mm-hmm.
I could be used by Satan. My love for my brother can be used by Satan. Do you guys not remember what happened to Yeshua and Peter? They were in the garden, and or whenever they was talking. I don't know where they are, so don't quote me on that right now. But the point is, they were talking, and Yeshua was telling him what has to happen, and he said, "May it never be." And Yeshua turned around and said, "Satan, get behind me, for you don't care about the things of Yah, but the things of man." And it was like, woo. Peter, like, man, what did I say? I just don't want nothing to happen to my master. What? But Yeshua being able to see be able to know the spiritual realm was knowing that Satan was using Peter. His love that Peter had for his master was using that to try to tempt Yeshua not to go and pay the ultimate price. That his mission is to die for the sins of Israel, to reconcile us. He had to take that cup. And so it's the same thing in all this stuff. So we're going to go and we're just going to go back to the basics, because I really believe if we here at Straightway Truth Ministry can just master this basic principle that Yeshua taught us, I think we can defeat a lot of the things that that's coming against this ministry. Guys, let me tell you something. This one thing I love about this ministry. This is not Christianity. See, in Christianity, you get caught up in numbers. Oh man, people are leaving. How do we keep the people? See, that's the beauty about Straightway. We don't get caught up in trying to keep the numbers or keep the people. See, that's Yah's job. Yah is going to draw all those unto himself, and we just got to be ready to minister to those people, love them, show them how to love Yah and how to love each other. That's not our job. We're not here to trying to keep our numbers up and pump the numbers. If it was about that, then we wouldn't be led by the Spirit of Yah. We'd be led by man, because we would listen to the crowd, just like they do in Rust. I don't want to say anything for, what they call copyright, but we'll be listening to the crowd and try to figure out what does the crowd want to see, so that we can get them excited and buy into what we're saying here. No, we speak the truth, regardless if they listen or not.
Mm-hmm. Pure for bear.
This is not about us pleasing man. We're going to speak the truth, and those who are of Yah, they're gonna hear this, and it'll be like a sweet aroma to them. And to those who are against Yah and they don't have the Spirit of Yah in them, it's going to be like a stench. It's
like breathing in smoke.
Yeah, they're going to just leave. So, so I'm not caught up in numbers. So when I see people leaving, in Christianity, it was all about keeping the numbers up, making people feel good, comfortable, put them in nice, comfortable seats. And I'm not saying it's wrong to do all this stuff. Make sure you have coffee out there, so everybody has nice coffee, and make this into like a freaking, what they call this stuff? What they call that coffee place?
Starbucks,
type of church and stuff. That's not what we do, guys. We're going to speak the truth. So right. I've spoken enough already, but let me get into this stuff. But this is what it's really about. If we could just master what I'm about to read to you, or the deacon's going to read to you in Matthew 18, man, we can stop a lot of stuff. And I'm going to really try to break this down to basics. I'm going to really try to do my best to give you clear, concrete analogies, so that, examples, so that we know how Satan comes in. See, in football, one thing I loved about football is, when you play the game, you practice, you do all this training, then you go into game day. And then once you go into game day, you play the game. Now, but obviously before you play the game, you study yourself to see what you're good at, what you need to work on. Then you study your opponent. You see how your opponent is going to try to attack you based on how they attack other opponents. And so you can look to see how your opponent is going to attack you based on what they've done to other opponents. And then you see what your other opponent, you see what your opponent struggles with by seeing how other people deal with them. So it's the same thing how I look at the word. When I look at the word, I'm looking at it like, okay, it's like watching film. So when you hear me saying watching film, I'm just meaning read the word. When I read the word, I'm looking to see, okay, let me see this. Okay, let me see how this let me see how Satan tries to attack this. And you can see how Satan attacks. And he uses the same move. If you really study the word, you're going to see Satan uses the same moves, the same, but he's playing on the emotions of people. So we're going to go here. We're going to keep it real simple. I'm going to go slow. And we have a lot that we want to cover here, but we may not cover it all. We may have to just push it back to another show here. But I'm hoping to get your guys' attention here. So let's start here. How to biblically deal with offense. Let's just go to Yeshua. Everybody should know Matthew 18. I mean, to me, it's in my memory. Matthew 18:15. Read.
Okay.
Oh, well, okay. Well, before we go there, it's 3 steps. So there's 3 steps to address offense, and we're gonna go step by step by step, and we're gonna go real slow so that no one misses it. And if you guys have any questions, I want because me and Deacon was trying to, we just got 2 heads here, and here me trying to talk to other people. I want you guys to put out there different scenarios that we may not have hit as we go through this stuff. So if something comes to your mind, you say, well, how do you handle this situation? Right? And you want advice, let's deal with this live. So feel free to get in the chat room and put your comment in there about how to deal with certain situations, because I know we're dealing with this stuff. Since my last message in September to now, I can't believe how many people just on my message alone. Only one brother came to me before I went to them, because a lot of people I ended up going to and just asking them just to see how they responded, because I knew people were talking. But only one brother came to me without me provoking it. Well, I may have provoked it by talking about it, but came to me and asked me and questioned me on what I was talking about. And I told that brother, I really appreciate it. Matter of fact, I need to get back to that brother. And because I told my will, I'm going to get back to that brother because I said I would. I probably was way too long. I just got busy when we got back, but I'm going to call that brother and see where he's at. But I appreciate that one brother. He knows who he is. He came to me and at least brought his concern about what I talked about. Didn't hide, didn't go. He didn't go to the next one. Literally, as soon as I came off the stage, boom, he was right there. I'm like, man, if I could give him a hug, man, I said, man, I know what your concerns, but I just appreciate the fact that you came. You love me enough to come directly to me and tell me the concern you had with my message. But a lot of people, and it sounds like it's affected a lot of people. Now, a lot of people was also impacted good. Some people like, man, I need to hear that. Thank you so much. I got a lot of thank you, but I heard a lot of grumbling too. Not directly, but I heard it from people that may have talked to people from my community. Somebody said, oh yeah, this person, this person. I'm saying, how come no one come and talk to me? And then eventually, I think somebody talked to somebody else, then they redirected back to me and blah, blah, blah. So I just think that we struggle with this basic principle. So we're going to go back to the basics. So it's 3 steps. So we're going to start with step 1. But let's just read. We're going to read the 3 steps of offense, read it through, and then we're going to break it down. Read.
Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
So listen. So if your brother trespassed, this has nothing to do with he sinned, like broke the Torah. It doesn't have to be that. It could just be it could be anything. It could be, man, he looked at me funny. Man, I feel funny the way you looked at you breathe on me, but maybe you spit on me while you were talking. I don't know, but some type of trespass against you. Well, it's not a big deal, but it's a big deal to you. It's so big deal that it's causing you to look at your brother and hate your brother right now. It's causing you to look at your brother in the negative light instead of looking at him in the positive light. So whatever that is, this is the trespass that Yeshua is talking about. Offense is going to happen. It's going to happen. For us to make it to the kingdom, we were talking about this 2 weeks ago, make it to the kingdom, we got to understand, it's just like me playing football. If do I expect to go play a football game and not get dirty? If you're not getting dirty, you're not playing the game. If you're not experiencing offense trying to come at you in different ways, then you're not in it. You got to ask yourself, man, am I really in it? And you know, you didn't experience that much in Christianity. Everybody just smiling in your face, hi, hi, and you feel good and everything. Sometimes we're like, man, how come our life don't look like this book? Now, when I'm at Straightway, I can honestly say I feel like my life literally matches this book from Genesis all the way to Revelation. I can honestly say I can say I'm dealing with this stuff and I can find it in the book.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Straightway, there's no sugarcoating. You see everything that we read about, you see it at Straightway Truth Ministry. So, moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go tell him his fault between thee, him alone. You can't even do that survey. I just want to know what's the percentage of people literally experiencing a trespass. What is the percentage of people that experience trespass that literally go back to that brother immediately alone? What's the chance of that? Do we have that, Deacon?
No, we don't, Elder.
Okay.
But, I can get it, but just give me a minute here. But
well, I can keep talking while you put that together, but
let
me read. I'll read. So
it's going to be a little longer than that. But
okay. Well, you want me to read, or you can keep reading?
Let me keep reading. I'll get it set up as we continue, and then we can do it later.
Go.
If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
See, this is all about gaining brothers, keeping the unity, not dividing. So Yeshua knew offense is going to happen. He says, man, this is how you gain a brother. But so many of us, because the love of many is waxing cold because transgression is on an all-time high. People, instead of trying to gain a brother, they're trying to lose a brother because we're not just sticking to the basics. This is about gaining a brother. And sometimes I don't think that we look at this. I think a lot of the people that's in straight, we got to ask ourselves, are we looking at this as if we in Christianity, like, okay, I'm going to go to the next Christian church? No, guys, this is a brotherhood. This is a family. See, I grew up in a family. I couldn't just say, well, I don't want to be a part of the family. I'm leaving. Well, where am I going to go? This is my family. When I was growing up, you didn't think like, I'm going to go. I quit. I don't like the way Baba or my dad. I don't like the way my dad is running things. I'm leaving. Who does that? I mean, maybe that's the American thing. I grew up in a Nigerian home thing, so that wasn't even like conceivable. I got whipped. Okay, the world will call it child abuse. So maybe we just live in a soft generation, and I just was exempt from that because I grew up in a Nigerian home where I got my ass whipped for being disrespectful to my elders. I didn't have the option to disagree with my dad. My dad was right 100% of the time. I thought my dad was perfect. Literally, I grew up believing that my dad was perfect. That was how I grew up. I mean, he was the head of the house. So who makes the rules? I mean, my dad. So the same relationship I have with my father, now I have a greater relationship with my heavenly Father. And so that's the same principle I'm using. Like, how can y'all be wrong? Yeah, the American way. Yeah, the American is the way of life. Anti-family. You are right about that. I don't know how to pronounce that. Little raisins. You are right. America's anti-family. Christianity, anti-family. And all you see people say, oh, I'm leaving. Where are you going to go? I thought you were part of the family. I guess you're showing yourself that you're not really a part of this family. Keep reading. Deacon, are you there?
Oh, sorry. I had it on mute. I was reading. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as an heathen man and a publican.
So many people goes to that level. I mean, it goes so quick to when they experience offense. I see many people, this is just my experience. I've seen many people that they get offended and go straight to treating this person like a publican. like somebody you hate, like your enemy. Boom, you don't even like there's a progression to get to that level that you can do it biblically. And I see people go from a fence straight to step 3. Boom, they completely run through step 1. I don't even think I sometimes don't even think step 1 even exists. I think they go straight to step 2. Oh man. Let me take this call here. Hold on here. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that, guy. That was a call from the pharmacist from my father, so I had to take that. I need to give somebody my phone, but anyway, I need my phone. But anyway, so where was I at? Where was I at here? My. Let me see. Deacon, where was I at? Are you on mute?
Should we no, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, keep reading.
You want to just move on to the next slide here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want me to read it? Or?
Oh, you read the whole scripture? Was there not 18 to 20, or does it stop there?
That's coming for the next part.
Okay, go ahead.
This is just establishing the first 3 parts.
Okay. So the first step. So I feel okay. I know where I'm at. Thank you, Father, for the recall.
Hallelujah.
So a lot of people end up going from step. I don't even think step 1. I wanted to do a survey, but it doesn't matter for the sake of, because we have a lot of difficult technical difficulties here. But everybody just goes right. I think most people go straight to step 2, but a majority of people go straight to step 3. Majority. Maybe if somebody's trying to look like they're doing it biblically, they go to step 2. But then even when they do step 2, they do that wrong too. And so we're going to really establish step 1. I'm going to slow down. I'm not going to get to step 2 because I know everybody want to get to step 2 and go to step 3. But we're going to really spend some time at step 1. So step 1 says that if your brother trespass against you, you go and tell him his fault between the two of you. You go to him one-on-one, right? Alone. So we're going to read some passage here. Let's go to Proverbs 25, verse 9 to 10. Do we have that?
Yep. Debate thy cause with thy neighbor himself, and discover not a secret to another, lest he that heareth it put thee to shame, and thy infamy turn not away.
So you get offended, and sometimes you're wondering. So this is some of the things. Survey. I did my little survey to the best of my ability with the. Sure. Some of the surveys, like, sometimes you're wondering, like, man, am I seeing this thing right? Maybe I'm seeing this wrong, or let me talk to another brother before I go to this brother, because I don't want to bring it up to this brother and stuff like that. But now, guess what? You just brought somebody into the picture now. You didn't do what Yeshua said. Well, I was just trying to make sure, but now you just brought somebody in. And now you transgress what Yeshua said. He says, go to your brother, him alone, one-on-one. Can you imagine if we can master that step? If we can master, I think that if most of us, at 90% of the time, if we can master step 1, I don't even think you will get to step 2 and 3. What was another thing that came up, Deacon? And I know you're doing a lot behind the scenes there. But what was it? Matter of fact, let me just show this video. I want to show a video here because people bring up. But before I bring up this video, because I want to come up with a different scenario. What was another scenario we talked about, Deacon? You remind me, and I will talk about it if you can remind me. Pride. You said something about pride. I need you to participate, Deacon. We need.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember what we talked about.
Maybe we were talking about like what keeps people from going one-on-one.
Oh yeah, I brought up the thing. I said pride. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I know Pastor has said in the past that the number one thing that's going to stop you from getting any kind of deliverance is pride, because you have to humble yourself, right? And so, in order for you to be delivered from your offense, what's going to stop you from being delivered from your offense is going to be a spirit of pride. You're going to have to exercise some humility and vulnerability, and even at the cost of maybe looking sensitive, to your brother. And so it's gonna require you to exercise some humility. And so people more commonly would probably avoid that, so they don't feel like they're being sensitive. They don't feel like maybe I'm blowing this out of proportion or whatever
Mhm.
they justified to not bring it, whatever up to their brother. So
I'll give you an example of my past, because I really try to practice this even in Christianity. I remember when I was playing for the Green Bay Packers, right? And I was playing for, at the time, my head coach, my boss at the time was Mike Sherman. And Mike Sherman, if you know Mike Sherman, he used to be a tight end coach. He's never been a head coach before. So when he became a head coach in any level of football, he became a head coach for the Green Bay Packers during my time there. So I experienced his first time being a head coach of anything. He used to be just a tight end coach, or he come from I think he has a teaching background or whatever. But he's very what's the word? He's introvert. I'm talking about major introvert. Loved the man. He was a great boss. I learned a lot from him. A lot of my leadership skills come from things that I saw him do. I thought he did a great job in leading the Packers during my time there. But anyway, I remember my rookie year. Guys, I was dealing with stuff. I'm gonna put myself on the sword. I was dealing with stuff, dealing with arrested development, rejection, you name it. I was dealing with so much. Thank God I've been delivered from many things that I was dealing with at that time. But in my early days, in my 20s, I'm 47 now, but in my 20s, man, I tell you, I was dealing with so much rejection. So I remember one time we in this big hallway. I mean, it's a hallway you can see. I mean, it's just a big hallway. And so you can't miss it. I mean, to get to the next door, you had to go through this long hallway. You had your mail. You had all the pictures of all the people that was in the Hall of Fame before you get into the locker room. So I'm coming one way. Mike Sherman's coming the other way. And it's just me and him in the hallway. And I literally said, "Hi, coach." And he literally walked by. Like, I'm telling you, there was no noise, no music. It was just me and him. And he walked by and didn't even acknowledge me. And I was hurt. I know. Right now, I can see it right now. Pastor Mia right now, Elder Rob made me say I was soft, but I was soft. I'm just being honest. But I was hurt because I said hi. I'm trying, I'm a rookie trying to figure this thing out. And it was not just this time, it was multiple times he did this. Now, leading up to the time that I eventually got kicked off the field because I wasn't paying attention. It was walkthrough. Offense was out there. I'm kind of like, I'm a rookie. Like, this is how they treat the rookies. You know what I'm saying? Like, are we not a part of the team? Like, they're taking a team picture. Like, this stuff was bothering me. Like, how come we had to hide in the tunnel while the team was taking the picture? I mean, it was only 5 of us on practice squad because I was on practice squad. And I'm thinking, like, I'm just kind of my mind is all over the world, right? So when it's time for me to come out and practice and do walkthrough the first game, his first game, my first game, our first whatever NFL game, professional, regular season, I see Brett Favre and his crew, because I was playing with Brett Favre at the time, but Brett Favre and his crew was out there, and they were a guy was missing. And I remember Mark Tauscher, offensive lineman, we came in the same class. He says, "Are you supposed to be out there?" I look like, oh my God, I was so dazed, like just combobulated by, like, what kind of world am I in? People don't say hi. They separate the practice. Like, I was just messed up. And I see that I'm running as fast as I can because clearly I'm the guy that should be out there, and I'm running fast. And if you can remember, I'll give you a picture so you know how fast I was running, how I was looking. Probably remember that movie Forrest Gump? That's what it looked like. I'm here trying to get to my spot, and Mike Sherman saw me. He says, "What are you doing? Get the F off the field." And I didn't think about what he meant by get up there, but I didn't even stop running. Instead of me lining up to my thing, I just kept running past the team where they like, I kept running and ran right into the tunnel, ran right into the locker room, didn't even stop running. Now, hindsight is 2020. I think he was saying get off the field, meaning go back to the sideline. I thought because we were in Lambeau Field doing a walkthrough. So in my mind, I'm thinking get off the field. And I literally ran off the field. And I remember seeing one of the guys back there. It was Brian Williams. He was a linebacker. And I think he was coming out of treatment. He says, man, practice over. I said, no, I got kicked off the field. He says, wow, I've never seen anything like that. I'm thinking I lost my job. I'm a rookie. I'm on practice squad, and I missed my first opportunity. I'm done. I mean, I'm thinking all the worst things that can happen in your mind, everything was going in my mind. And so I went to the director. I'm telling this long, but I went to the director of player development. I said, what do I do? He said, go apologize to the coach. So I went to the coach, and I'm saying, and then I saw Coach Sherman in his office. I went to his office, and the assistant, his secretary, allowed me to come and talk to him. And I said, Coach, I'm sorry for not being out there. I should have been out there. I wasn't paying attention. Boom, boom, boom. He said, what were you thinking? I said, I wasn't thinking. Well, get out of no. What he said, anyway, I don't know what he said at this moment, but I thought I pretty much lost my job, right? Because I'm not a big guy name at this time, right? And I thought this was maybe been a good time to express how I felt because this may be the last time I see this man. And I said, Coach, can I say something? What? He said, what? This is what he said, what? I said, Coach, how come you don't say hi to me when I walk by you? So he said, what the fuck? Get that. He told me, got along, and I got out of his office, right? And man, I tell you, I went home. They had the game. I didn't even show up to the game. But it was, they played on a Sunday. That Monday, I snuck back at work thinking like, okay, I don't know how people look like when they get fired, but nothing has been official. My agent hasn't gotten a call. Let me just sneak back at work. Maybe no one will know what happened. So I said, let me just show up. So I showed up. I'm in the cafeteria getting my food, trying to make myself. I mean, I'm already small because everybody else around me is big, but I'm trying to just keep my mouth shut and just get in and just try to just get into this fold. And then I feel somebody tap me on my shoulder. He says, hi. And it was Coach Sherman. He literally said hi. He wasn't mad. But he wanted to make it clear, hi, how you doing? I'm doing fine. And then the rest is history. And from time to time, he would say hi. And then sometime he would be back into his tunnel vision where he can't see you. And so because I know the heart that he really genuinely is a nice guy and it doesn't mean that he doesn't care. Just sometimes he get tunnel vision. So I was able to show him grace. Sometimes he said hi. Sometimes he didn't say hi. But the point is, I expressed how I felt to him one-on-one, and we got it resolved. Now, it wasn't your biblical resolution, but it got resolved. And I went to him one-on-one. I didn't go tell anybody. I'm like, hey, Coach doesn't say hi. But now I remember people telling me, I said, well, just go talk to him. If you just talk to him, you'll be amazed and stuff like that. Okay, that's another story. Here's another situation. I'm just trying to show the one-on-one. And please, and you put that survey up. What did you put up there? What was the survey? What did it show?
I just did a quick one, but I can do another one.
What did it say?
It says, have you ever been offended and brought it to your neighbor?
Alone? And what did everybody said yes? 67% said yes. Alone. No, straight from offense to boom, go. You got to write that in a way. I want to know this alone. So while he's coming up with that, here's another one. I remember there was a situation, and now there's a new head coach. Mike Sherman's fired. They were dismantling the team. They dismantled the offense, got a new head coach. We got a new GM, everything, right? And Mike McCarthy, who is currently the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, he's the current head coach of the Dallas Cowboys right now. And I remember when he first took the job, he I don't know what the question was asked, but somebody asked him a question about what do you think about KGB playing DN? And I guess the word was that, from his, I never even heard it, to be honest. I've never heard him say it, but the reporters told me this is what he said. Said something like this. He said, Coach Sherman said, Mike McCarthy says that you're 235 soaking wet. Like he told my real weight, like my real weight. Like most times you try to get the highest weight that you get right before training camp. You beef up as high as you can. I think the highest I've got before training camp was 255. But then by the time training camp is done, that melts off. You get to 245, and then you're just trying to maintain 240, 245. But that's really light, right? But he literally said, yeah, he's light. He said, he said it in such a way that if another team heard him saying that, they're gonna say, let's run at that guy, number 94. Let's run at him, because even his coach don't believe he can stop the run, because he doesn't have a lot of meat. He's only 235, 240 or something like that. Run at him. And I remember when I first heard it now, you have to hear when I heard it now. So I don't know. I never saw the interview. I didn't even hear the interview. But immediately after that interview, all the reporters rushed to my locker because he just got hired. They want to catch a veteran's reaction. What do you think about the new head coach and everything? And I remember they put a mic in my face and they asked me the question, what do you think? Mike Sherman says you're such and such. You're 235, 240, something about soaking wet, and that they want to beef up the D lineman or something like that. I don't know. It was very offensive to me, right? And I remember, dealing with the media. See, the media is the enemy in the NFL, right? The media is your enemy. Just like Satan is our enemy, the media is like Satan. I'm just giving you an analogy, okay? Now, I do think the media could be satanic in so many ways, but the media for the NFL team, the locker room is like Satan. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. He comes to divide, sow seed of discord. So when they asked me the question, my allegiance is to the Green Bay Packers at this time, right? And I'm about team. I'm about the team. I'm going to always protect the team. Even if I disagree with my boss or disagree with my teammates, the media is not going to know about my disagreement. Now, my brother, my teammate, I'll say my teammate, they're going to know about it, but not the media. That's not where you put your stuff out there. I'm going to always have a united front. So if you want to know what type of elder I am, I'm going to always have a united front. And I hope you don't know my opinion or my disagreements with leadership and things of that nature. Because Yah is about unity. He's not about division. So as soon as they put that mic in my face, I'm telling you, without blinking an eye, I'm telling you, I don't know if I use that term right, but I said, you see that G? That G, because your Green Bay Packers has a G on that. See, that G represent the Green Bay Packers. It does not represent Gbaja-Biamila because it also has a G. And the head coach, my job is to try to do my best to help Mike McCarthy take the Green Bay Packers to the Super Bowl. That was my answer, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but that was my answer. So whatever I got to do to appease the head coach of the Green Bay Packers, that's what I'm going to do. And it was like, dang, the media was like this. We thought we could find some blood, man. That was a good one. They thought that would be a good question, and they wanted to catch my reaction. I mean, I think I was out. I still had my shorts, and I was just coming out for practice or whatever. Boom, boom, boom. And as soon as the media cleared my locker room, do you guys hear me? As soon as they cleared my locker, because they surrounded my locker, I couldn't get out until they all moved. You got females, male, all just all in your locker. As soon as I waited till they leave, and then because my thing was right near the hallway, I was able to, and I made a beeline, and I went and go looking for Mike McCarthy. And I just happened to see him in the hallway. And I said, Coach, may I be able to speak to you privately, please? We went to the nearest open meeting room. I think it was a tight end room. I don't know what room, but it was one of the position rooms. Went in there, closed the door. Listen, guys, now, I'm trying to give you guys the mechanics of what this looks like. And this was working with heathens, but we can't do it here in Israel. So I went in there, and because this is my head coach, this is my boss, I'm a player. You have the head coach, coordinator, position coach, and then player. So you see that? There's a whole bunch of rings. I'm talking to the head coach. And above him is the GM, and above the GM is the owner. There's a hierarchy in the NFL. And I'm talking to the head coach of the Green Bay Packers, and I'm just a player. And I'm not even part of this regime. I'm part of the old regime. So they're trying to cut heads off anyway. But I went to my boss. I asked him in the most respectful way that I can think of. I asked him, is it okay for me to speak freely? Because I needed to speak a little bit. I wanted to get past whatever the customs so I can be able to just clearly tell him how I'm feeling right now. Now I'm a little bit mature. The one I told you before, I was a rookie. Here I was more of a mature player. I've been on the team, been to the Pro Bowl. I was a millionaire by this time, so I was a little bit more mature. And I went to Mike McCarthy and said, Coach, may I speak freely? He said, he waved his hand. He said, proceed. And I went to him. I said, Coach, I understand you know, this is your first time here, and but I really didn't appreciate you telling the media about my weight, what you think about my weight. I said, I've played football for many years, high school, college, and no coach has ever done what you've done. And I would appreciate, now, if you have a problem with my weight, I'll appreciate you just tell me that and let me work it out. Let me try to figure out how to get where you need me to get. But let's not put that in the media. And he says, this is what he says, duly noted. I don't even know what that means. We should look that up. Somebody look that up and put it on there. But he said duly noted. Now, I just assume that he hears me. It's been noted. He didn't even apologize. He just said duly noted. And then I proceeded to say, thank you for allowing me to speak freely. Boom. Guess what? I ended up playing for him for the next 3 years. And I remind you guys, I'm not even on the Brett Favre is gone already. Brett is about to be gone or something about it. You got people they got rid of the offensive side of the ball. I stayed for another 3 years on my contract. I didn't finish 1 year of my contract. There was $7 million that I didn't get, but I pretty much completed. It was a 7-year contract. I completed all 6 years of my contract. And I was able to play for him for 3 years because of how I handled myself. Even when they cut me from the team, they cut me halfway through the season. I didn't get to do the Kobe Bryant parade or Donald Driver to be able to say goodbye all the years I played for the Packers. Everything. They cut me halfway through the season like I was a common player. And maybe to them I was a common player, but I was there for a long time, 9 years. And even when they cut me, go you go look at article. I'm gonna put an article in here. Go read the article. When I said, can I please? They cut me on a Friday, but they didn't tell the media until Saturday because it was better to tell the media on a Saturday because they didn't want that to be the thing all in the news thing. So they wanted to do it real quick, and then boom, they're going to Tennessee. They actually went to Tennessee. They were playing the Tennessee Titans, believe it or not. I didn't get to make that trip, but now I go to Tennessee all the time. But no pun intended. But anyway, but then they wanted to say that Saturday, Monday, after the thing that Kabir's been released from the team. So I had all day for it. It was during this time. It literally was during this time, Halloween. It was Halloween, October 31st, 2008. That's when it happened. And so I was able to do my speech. I sent it out to the PR guy, and he was at a Halloween party at the time. So he didn't get until Saturday morning. He didn't know, like, oh my goodness, I didn't know. And then I said, hey, can you at least would my statement be able to be put out there? He says, man, we're going to use your whole statement. We're going to use your whole statement. We're not going to take nothing out of it. Your statement was just well written. I mean, I gave honor to the organization. I gave honor to the fans. And I'm being treated dirty. I'm the one that's being defrauded in my mind. And I left with my head up. I left in the classiest way, honorable, even though the way they did it was wrong. I think it was wrong how they did me. But that's I don't even, there's no bitter, no feeling. I'm just telling you, it wasn't like the typical person that you see how they do for most people. And look at that article. When I find that article, I'm gonna put it on here. You guys go check out the article, see if I'm making it up. And they put it, and then I guess what I want to do. All I really want to do is praise Yah. That's it. I wanted to give all praise and glory to Jesus Christ at the time because I was such a big time Christian. But once again, it was done one-on-one. And now when I go to Israel, it started off good when I first got in, or maybe I just didn't know the inner workings, but now I'm seeing like how people are operating. I'm like, guys, can we get this thing down? What was one thing I was talking about, 1 Corinthians 13? If you don't have love, we have nothing. We can do all the speaking in tongue, deliverance. We can do all this stuff, but we don't have love. We have nothing. If we can just go back and master the basics of going to our brother one-on-one, But guess what? Finish the story. Mike McCarthy never had an issue again with the media. He was very supportive, didn't say anything bad. Whatever issue he had with me, we dealt with it one-on-one. And we didn't even have that issue. We had a good working relationship until it ran its course. That's it. But I went to him one-on-one, and I didn't have that conversation with a teammate. I didn't have that conversation with a coach. That was between me and Mike. This is probably one of the few first times that I actually made this a public thing. But I'm not coming from a place of bitterness. I'm using it as a story. So imagine if I was able to get my boss at the highest level in the NFL to be able to say, duly noted, and not do that again. If I was able to get my other boss to finally say, hi, even as immature and as soft as I was at that time, coming straight out of college and everything, the head coach went out of his way to say hi, because he knew that this guy from South Central Los Angeles, which is weird, was sensitive, that it bothered him that he walked by and he didn't even acknowledge me as a player or just as a coach. I'm just saying, I'm being friendly, smiling, and he took the time. And guess what, guys? Can I tell you something? My biggest contract, I got paid over $13 million signing bonus. It was a $30 million contract. Guess who gave me that contract? It was Mike Sherman. The first time, the guy that told hi, it was him. He was the GM. He went from head coach. The following year, he became the head coach and the GM/GM of the Green Bay Packers. And so when it was time for me to get my contract, or when other team was scouting me, he gave me my biggest payday. To this day, I'm still living off of that payday. Even after a divorce where wife takes half of it, still live. People in the community still living off of that. Imagine I would have done the other thing that most people do. Go and say, well, look what the coach is doing. And I went to him directly, one-on-one. I did what Yeshua told us to do. And me and Coach Sherman had a great working relationship. So all I'm trying to do is, guys, let's stop all some of the excuses. Well, I want to make sure I'm hearing it right. I don't know if I heard. Oh, even if you don't hear right, if you want to run it by somebody, run it by the person you have the offense with. How about that? Well, I don't want to bring something because maybe it was too sensitive. I don't know. Maybe I saw it. Okay, maybe you saw it wrong. Sometime when you're going to show somebody their fault, you may find out that you perceived it wrong. So I'm encouraging people that won't you go to your brother, even if regardless of his perception or real, because it could be a perception. You may have perceived it wrong. That's a strong possibility because you got Satan in the mix. So go to your brother. So I want to show you guys this video. And like I said, we're still on step one about going to your brother one-on-one, because so many of us always skip. We go from offense. We run so fast past step one that it doesn't even seem like this is even a step one. It seems like there's only 2 steps to this process. Now, this video I'm going to show you, I need to say this, okay? This is for educational purposes only. Did I say that right?
We don't own any of the rights.
We don't own the rights. We don't own anything. We're just using it for educational purpose only. Is that how you do it? Notice. I don't know.
Yeah, disclaimer.
You hear me. So don't be taking down videos, okay? We gotta take this guy's quote. This is a guy named Eric Bonet. Eric Bonet is a singer, I believe. He was married to Halle Berry. Halle Berry?
Yeah.
Not Holly. Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Right? He was married to her, and he talks about his encounter with the pop star, King of Pop, Michael Jackson, father. He talks about an encounter that he had with him for the first time. But I thought this was a beautiful illustration. Now, this is still talking about step one, but what the power of just going to that person one-on-one and sharing your offense and see how that person will respond. So we're going to play it. Deacon, if you need to say anything for disclaimer purposes again to make this thing all work, please say it again, because maybe I said it wrong. and
No, you said it right. Yeah, we
Okay.
don't own any of the rights. And the
Okay.
video is just for entertainment value and educational purposes. That's it. So
Play.
A true Hollywood story. I may catch shit for this one, but whatever. So I don't remember the year, but I know that we still had Whitney, but we lost Michael. I remember that. And I don't remember the award show, but I was there. And I remember, during award shows.
and just let me know when you need to pause.
Yeah,
too.
just keep going. I'm gonna run this through.
I'm
'Cause I
just
don't
saying
wanna-
it usually helps. But
Oh,
so
okay, guys. He's telling his story, and
let me
and
see if
you
I
know.
can speed it up a little
Oh,
bit.
you don't have to speed up. No, just play. But I will talk and I will say, but guys, we're doing all this stuff so they will take it down, I guess. So we got to talk every 30 seconds. What is it? What do you got
No,
to do?
just whenever. Yeah, just break it up
Okay.
as you.
Okay, go ahead.
There's a commercial break where people talk amongst themselves and people are shuffling in. And during the commercial, they hurry up, they rushed and they got me to my seat. And I realized that they put me, as I'm sitting down, I turned behind me and there was Joe Jackson, father of the Muskratchin Jackson 5, sitting right behind me. And I thought, this is pretty cool. I'm sitting right in front of Michael Jackson's daddy. So I'm sitting there and
Okay, so
we come
stop.
back
So
from commercial break and the award
just
shows.
for this thing, I think is a great segue here. But look, so understand he's very like excited, like, man, this is Michael Jackson father. So he has a lot of respect for this man already, just because this is the man that created Michael Jackson. Okay, so even though he's a celebrity himself, he's a musician, but he's in awe that he's sitting right in front of Michael Jackson's dad. So, okay, keep playing. Respect. He has a lot of respect. Go.
Starting. And everybody's watching the award show. And all of a sudden, I can feel the heat of somebody who is right on my neck. Right on my neck. And this is exactly what I heard. Halle Berry. I remember the first thing I thought, first I could tell it was Joe Jackson just by the voice. And like I said, he was sitting behind me. But the first thing I thought was, it's pronounced Halle, not Holly. And then the next thing I thought
that's why you guys, that's
What
why I had to make sure I said it right, because I think I say Holly, Holly Berry, but it's Halle Berry. Okay. Anyway.
actual F is happening right now. And I didn't know, I couldn't tell, obviously, because I don't know Joe Jackson. I'm like, does he think he's being witty? Is he trying to introduce himself to me? Like, is that the icebreaker? Is it, is he bonding with me on some suspected Hollywood villain type shit? I didn't know. So what I opted to do in that moment.
So now, guys, think about in the spiritual realm where somebody's doing something right now. You don't know their intentions. It's like, but this is the stuff that goes through all. I mean, can we not relate to this? Where somebody's doing something, you don't know why they're doing it. And you don't think Satan is going to come in and fill in the blanks. Oh, this is why he's doing it. He's doing it this way because he's doing this. He's putting all these ideas, but I promise you, it's not going to make you think like, oh, he just have fun. It's going to be so negative to get. So he went from respecting this man to now he's starting to have like, who is this guy? What's going on? And this is what's happening straightway. And this is what happens all over the world. This is how Satan works. He go to and fro looking to see who he can devour. And if we could just master what Yeshua told us about go to your brother one-on-one. Now, this is happening to this man, Eric Bonet. He didn't have time to talk to anyone. Let's look how he started. Now he could have talked to his partner who came in here. His woman's like, man, do you see what he just did there? He could have talked to this person. Matter of fact, he could have done a lot of talking. And I don't even know what he did afterwards. But I just want to show you the power. Just what would it look like if we did the same thing? Let's play it.
Was to turn around and kind of nervously and uncomfortably like acknowledge him and just be like, yeah, that's her name almost. And then
Stop.
I thought, okay, now that I
So look it. So this is the first time. So he says hi sarcastically, like, okay, hey, but he's very uncomfortable right now. And another thing that I thought was so cool is I'm gonna let it play, but just you can tell there's a lot going on in there. He said hi to Joe. Joe's thinking like, oh, okay, we're cool because he waving. He said, yeah, I guess, but there's so much that's going on between the ears. This is the high places that Satan be working. So now he's thinking it's over. He waved, he acknowledged him. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. And now he's trying to focus on the show. Play.
acknowledged it, maybe we can get on with enjoying the evening. And 2 minutes later, I swear, 2 minutes later, I feel that heat on my back of my neck again. I smell that old man cologne, Fabergé or Old Spice or something, in the exact same way. Halle Berry. So now I realize, okay, he's testing you. He's testing you. He's like, is Eric Benet a punk? Can I do this to him all night and he won't do nothing? And then I realize, okay, I got to do something. I'm like, am I about to get into an altercation with the man who whooped little Michael Jackson's ass? Is that what's about to happen right here on this award show? And I'm like, no. So I turn around.
All right, time, stop. So guys, look at, so this went from, guys, in a matter of minutes, not hours, minutes, it went from high respect because of who this man was to a point now he's about to throw blows. Do you see how quick that went? This thing got ugly quick in the mind. And if you're not sober, this is what people are doing. You can go and you can have a high view and a high respect for somebody, deservingly so, and then you go to now you about to go into blows with the guys. Look at, he's telling you his thought process. Like, okay, this guy's maybe he's testing me, maybe he's doing this, maybe he's testing my manhood. Maybe, like all this stuff is running through his head. But he's at a show. He understands that. Okay, okay. Let me de-escalate. Let me let my emotions just run wild here because I am at a show. I don't want to be the guy on the news. This will make news. I just beat the shit out of Michael Jackson daddy. There's so much going on. Good, bad, everything is going in. And he's trying to figure out, how am I going to get this thing resolved? He don't have time to go talk to his friend right now. So he's in a constrained situation, but he's clearly irritated by what Joe Jackson is doing to him. Now, I'm not saying he did this biblically. I'm just trying to show you what it looks like when you go from offense to the very person who offended you, and then you can see how the other person is going to respond. Let's play it.
And as respectfully as I could, I
said, stop and rewind it a little bit. And I love how he said, as respectfully. See, some people don't even have that. This is not even his boss. This is just a man who's an older man. And so he's realizing that I can't just talk to this guy anyhow because he is an older man. He's a man of status, whatever the case is. There's Michael Jackson's dad. But he was mindful that I got to talk to him in such a way that, as respectfully as he can, even though he's irritated. I can relate to this. And you guys can too. So I just want you to just high respect. And it went from respect to now I want to fight. To, okay, let me regain myself. let me respectfully like get the point across. Like, stop. Play it.
So I turn around and
Rewind
as
it
respectfully as I could,
Okay,
I said, little Michael Jackson's ass. Is that what's about to happen right here on this award show? And I'm like, no. So I turn around and as respectfully as I could, I said, sir, could you please not do that anymore? And he said, I was just playing with y'all. I didn't mean nothing. And then for the rest of the night, he didn't say anything, and I enjoyed the award show. And I remember thinking, I'm going to tell people this, and they're not going to believe it. They're not going to believe it. And I don't really think I shared this story a lot. So I don't know. There you go. It actually happened. All right.
Now, I'm not for going around sharing it. I mean, it sounds like he doesn't share it all the time. You can stop it. But the point is, when he brought it to his attention, Joe Jackson actually stopped. And when you really hear Joe Jackson's response, he was just messing around, playing around, whatever. He meant nothing by it. But when Eric was thinking all the thoughts would come to him, he's thinking like, man, is this guy testing me? Is he trying to see him a punk? Is it this and this and that? And then, but once Joe Jackson got wind that this is not, that he's not liking this is not a cool thing, he stopped. And they were able to enjoy the show. And I was just wondering to myself, if we could do the same thing at Straight with Truth Ministry, where if somebody offends me, regardless if it's perceived, meaning that it didn't happen, but I perceive it, or if it's real, that I will go to my brother, assume the best in my brother, I will go to him, run it by him, and just tell him this is how it's making me feel. Could you please stop this? I appreciate you wouldn't do this, whatever your audience, and bring it to my brother and give him an opportunity to respond. And I think 90% of the time, they're going to respond like a Joe Jackson. I meant nothing by it. It's a misunderstanding. A lot of time, there's a misunderstanding. But we don't do that. We skip right past step one and go straight to step two, really step three, and we're done. So I'm just showing a secular, or whatever you want to call it, example of what happens when you just address it head on right away. And I think 90% people will be, Joe Jackson is not somebody spiritual. Maybe, I don't know, he was Jehovah's Witness, but I don't think but he's just, hey, I think he says, man, and he stopped. Because obviously the guy didn't think it was cool. And he didn't have to say F you, boom, 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 and go into blows. He just said, hey, could you please stop? That's it. Could you please stop doing that? Boom, just addressing it, put that to a thing. When I told my coach, you didn't say hi, he came back and said, hi. When I told the coach I didn't appreciate him, he stopped doing it. And these are people that are not, I don't know their spiritual background and why they do what they do and what motivates them. But the point is, they acknowledge it. They made a difference in their actions because they respected me or cared enough to adjust. Now maybe I was acting for something unreasonable. Maybe there'll be a point where now I got to go to step two. So if we can just do that, guys, can you imagine what it would look like if we can just do that? Now Satan can't operate. Satan will have a hard time causing division and causing all this stuff. And now we can really focus on the bigger and better things now and building Israel. And those who are on the outside won't be able to come in and stiff us out and do whatever they're trying to do. We're just going to keep on moving. So I hope that makes sense. If this makes sense, guys, please put in the chat, put a 7 for heaven. I just want to make sure everybody's, I see there's 42 people in here, but I'm just, want to make sure everybody's catching this stuff. And anybody have any other scenarios that they want me to address on the one-on-one? We may just stop on the one-on-one because I think this is the one that people just go by real quick and then go to step two, and then just, because everybody wants to go from hate, from love to hate, real quick. What do you think, Deacon?
I'm putting the poll there. So we
Oh,
can
let me see the post.
I'll put that back up
The
here.
result. Or you put it in the poll already?
Yeah, what you just asked.
Oh. So I just really think that if we can master that, man, you're gonna solve a lot of problems. I know we have all the different. Oh, here's another excuse you hear too. You hear this? Well, I just was waiting for the right time. You hear that, right? Satan would say, "Well, this is not a good time. Wait until a good opportune time to go talk to your brother about this stuff." Well, guess what, guys? That's another attack or another scheme of the enemy to try to delay to doing the right thing. The book
There's a poll
says,
there from earlier.
say again.
You can read that.
Can you read it? You read it. Help me out because I can't.
Okay, it says just have you brought your offense to your neighbor alone in private? And so 87% yes and 12% no.
Okay. I should ask you how many people think they do that. I mean, maybe the people in there listen to that. Is everyone following 100%? Okay. I mean, that's good. That the poll is amazing. That means, hey, that's why you guys keep listening to me. But I venture to say, how many people you think they do that to you? Okay, let me ask the question. This: how many of you guys, something like this? Put the poll here. How many of you guys believe that when somebody has an offense of something that you've done to them, they have brought it to you one-on-one? Or do you think they probably already went to somebody? I don't know. You can put the question, but anyway, but here's another tactic by the enemy. Just I was waiting for the right time. I was waiting till my feelings go down and all stuff. But every time you let the sun, the Bible says, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. How many times people let the sun go up and down, up and down, up and down? They're waiting for the opportunity. And one thing about Satan, he's going to run the clock. He's going to eat up that clock and never give you an opportunity to go on the offense. He's never going to give you an opportunity to execute what Yeshua told you to do, because he's going to make sure it's not the right time. It's not the right time. And that sun is going up and down. And before you know it, you can't even see your brother anymore. You just see the scum of the earth. And I tell you, if something happens, man, anybody has ever dealt with me, if I have an offense with somebody, 98% of the time I'm on that within a 24-hour period. I take that to heart. I do not let the sun go down on my anger. And if the sun went down, it's because that person either was too busy for real busy, but it wasn't because I was waiting for that. I was calling, I was knocking, I was seeking that person out. Now, it used to bother me, but now I say, hey, all I can do is do my part. But I don't get offended really that much. It takes a lot to get me to that point. But do it immediately. I mean, if you don't believe me, and I'm just going to just pull scripture that I can think of off the top of my head. I don't even know where it is necessarily. But even the book says that if you have an alt with your brother and you're giving a gift to Yah, leave your gift at the altar and go be reconciled with your brother first, then come back and give your gift. I mean, even Yah is putting more emphasis on being reconciled. This is a ministry of reconciliation. But we don't do that. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I did my first sermon, and only one person. It was about 1,000 people in that room, right? I mean, it had to be, right? I mean, it was a lot of people. It was full, and only one person came and talked to me about that. I have a hard time believing that one person went around and caused all the stir in there and had issues with my message or whatever. But only one person came to me face to face immediately, which I appreciate. And I was thinking to myself, I said, man, is this what pastor deals with? I mean, is this, and because, a lot of times when people leave the ministry or people is offended and stuff like that, I was asked pastor, I said, did they ever tell you? He said, nope, they didn't come and tell me. Nope. I can't tell you what. They didn't tell me. But they're offended. I'm like, where's the love for our shepherd? Is he not a brother too? Why can we can't love him to bring whatever issue we have? I remember dealing with somebody, an elder, who's no longer in the ministry. I'll just say that. And he had it all with Pastor Dow. And he was trying to tell me something. I said, I don't want to hear it. I said, you go back. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't even want to hear it. Just go talk to Pastor. I promise. Well, you know, he got security. I don't care. You go get on his calendar. Say, hey, I know you're busy. Okay, if you know he's busy, I know you're busy. When is a good time we talk? I need to talk to you. It's of huge importance or whatever. It's urgent. I need to talk to you. And this is an elder worrying about if he can, he can. I'm like, bro, go talk to him. It's not like he's not approachable. And this is, and so I'm seeing this from leadership. I'm seeing this from brothers and this people, just this how people operate. And I'm saying this is not good. And if I'm wrong, tell me, guys, elder, you're wrong. I'm just wondering if we could just go one-on-one and don't give Satan any room to cause division and break the unity of the fellowship of the brotherhood. What would it look like? What can the ministry look? What I mean, you see the great potential we have. This is already a great ministry. Can you imagine how great we can become? How pleasing we can be in the sight of the Most High Yah if we can operate in love? Don't love cover a multitude of sin? Is that what it says in there? Deacon, man. Sometimes I want a deacon listen.
I'm listening, Elder.
Deacon, give me an amen, because you know I need something. I need to.
Hallelujah.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to read you want me to read this?
Yeah,
poll?
read that poll.
Do you believe you've been given the opportunity to address offenses that you may have caused? So 70% of people are saying yes, and 30%.
Oh, man, this is a good crowd here. Okay, hallelujah. Well, guys, your answers are not normal. That's good. I'm glad you guys, you know, and then eventually people got redirected back to me, and I was able to call one brother reach out to Elder. I don't know if it was Elder Becker, but I mean, somebody said they wanted to talk to me, and then I was able to. I told him, yeah, just tell me to redirect me, and he gave me his number, called him. Guess what? After I talked to him, gone. It just like Joe Jackson. Oh, okay. Next person, talk to him, say, oh, okay, I thought you were saying this. Resolved. Everybody that had an ought with my message, when we finally talked, 90% of them, because I don't know, but 90% of them said, oh, okay, I thought you were saying this. You know, but if you sat there and just say, I wonder what he was saying. I wonder. The one guy came up and said, hey, what are you saying there? Are you saying this? Well, you know. So anyway, I just really wanted to just hammer on this one-on-one. I hope you guys understand. I mean, Deacon, did I miss anything? Did I miss any different scenarios? I don't see did anybody putting anything on here about other scenarios that may keep you from going. What are some scenarios that could keep you from going to your brother one-on-one or your sister one-on-one without saying, I'm crying and complaining when I bring it up. Can't win in this world. Okay, if you have to cry, cry. Oh, somebody's saying that?
I think what they're saying is that
complaining when I bring it up. Can't win in this world. I don't know what that means.
I think the person's trying to say that when he tries to bring up things to people, maybe it's looked upon as complaining and crying.
I've been squeaky wheel. I've been the squeaky wheel. Okay, and I got replaced. They're the squeaky wheels, and then they get grease. I'm not afforded the same luxury they are. You got to also address that too in your own self. You got to know. You say, are you complaining? You just got to. Hey, to me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if I get replaced, at the end of the day, I got to do what the book tells me to do. If I feel like there's something bothering me, maybe because, like I told you, when I went to Coach Sherman, because he didn't say hi to me. I look back at it now as a 40-year-old man, and I thought, like, man, what the heck was I thinking? Like, I was an emotional wreck. Like, that was immature. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I wasn't the only one. But still, I'm just looking like that. That wouldn't bother me today, but it bothered me when I was 22 or 23 at the time. I think I was 22, 23 when I went to the pros. And so I was a young guy, and I had a lot of growing up to do. But it bothered me. I brought it up. And I may have looked at I looked soft. I mean, that's what I think the coach was very shocked. He was like, what? Like, me bringing it up. And what I brought, he said, are you effing kidding? Get the F out of my office. He didn't even know how to even react. He didn't know if he should laugh, if he should cuss me out. I mean, I think he chose the latter, but I mean, he just thought, like, are you kidding me? Like, he said, are you serious? He said, this dude is serious. This dude is fucking serious. But the coach, hi. Just the fact that I brought it up, he had time to think about it. With all that he had going on, he had his first game. He's the first head coach, the first time head coach. I'm assuming he's married. He got children. He's nervous. He got a lot going on. And in all of that, I think we won or lost. I think we made a lot. I don't know. But whatever the case, with all that was going on, it must have been so impactful that he was able to find me in the cafeteria and say, hi, Mike Sherman. And I appreciate that. And that's what I needed at that time. And I knew, because I'm very relational. And so it wasn't just for me just playing football. And I wanted to make sure that whatever I was doing, that it had an impact on a personal level, you know. So it wasn't about the money too. I mean, yeah, I got paid, but to me, it was more about like that the people I work with, that we cared about one another. And so that was just me. I've always been that way, you know. To me, it's not just, you know, X's and O's, you know. Like I had to have a coach that I cared about, you know. I couldn't say, well, I'm just, you know, I used to hear when I came to the ministry, people say, yeah, I got to go to the plantain, or what's that saying? Like,
back to the plantation, or living the
I don't know how people like that would be hard for me to go to work if that was my mentality, right? And I get it. Maybe that's how people get by. But to me, I want to feel like I'm doing something good, and you know, the person I'm working for appreciate it, and I appreciate that. And it's relation, like it's a real relationship. Now, maybe it's just a relationship for that moment, that time, but that's just me, you know. So, but I appreciate Coach Sherman. He showed me that he was able to adjust and was not even adjust for me and try to appease me, but I don't, you know, I just said hi. I didn't ask much from him. I mean, I'm like, if we walking by and, hey, coach, hey, just keep on. We don't have to have a long conversation. Just hi, you know. So, but I hope you guys are encouraged. If you're encouraged about the one-on-one, if you feel, can you put in a 10 that this is good stuff? Because I was hoping that you guys had a lot more. But see, no one has the one-on-one. The only thing can you put that out? What does that say? Is that a good thing to?
No.
No, it's not.
No.
Read it. The only thing you can do is straight. If you don't have prestige, is vote with your feet. That's true. Hey, okay, if that's what you believe. Remain silent and talk about the issues with the ministry publicly to warn others, or shut your mouth. See. But you see this? This is a perfect example of hate. The only thing you can do in straightway, which is not true, is if you don't have prestige, is vote with your feet and remain silent. Is that true, Deacon?
No.
Talk about the issues with the ministry. Talk about the issues with the ministry publicly to warn others, or shut your mouth. See, this is the devil right here. If you want to look, this is exactly how the devil wants you to operate. And I'm here telling you how to do it. I'm here. Did I tell you had to be? I was a player. I wasn't prestige. I was a rookie. I was on practice squad. I guess I wasn't an equipment manager, but I was a practice squad guy. Okay, I got put back on practice squad, and I went to the head coach. And I'm the one that messed up. I wasn't out there when I was supposed to be in there. And I was able to talk to the head coach, and he came back and said hi to a practice squad guy. I was getting paid $4,000 a week. I know, sounds like a lot, but it's only for 16 weeks. Okay. But that's it. And that's working in the world. Are you telling me we in the ministry of trying to live a holy and righteous life, and you're telling me that this statement is true? My goodness. War sheep. You should put a wolf sheep. Anyway, but there you have it. That's this is it. You know, you put it's been proven. I'm speaking about Straightway as a ministry, not the NFL. Okay. See, look at. I bet you this war sheep hasn't really. Obviously, he hasn't gone and talked to whoever he had this offense with, whoever he's saying this to. He hasn't said that. So anyway, it's all good from the hood. But anyway, guys, that is the one-on-one. So let's try that. Let's go to our brother one-on-one. Let's just try it. No matter how you feel, no matter if you think it's real or perceived, you hear me. I'm an elder at Straightway Truth Ministry. That's not how we roll. I'm telling you, you can say Elder Kabir told me if I'm feeling a certain way that I can come to you one-on-one. Go to your brother, go to anybody. You go to one and let's see what happens. And let's see. That's my challenge to all you viewers. And you spread the word. And then here's another thing. If somebody comes to you and brings something, try to spin you, stop them. Don't sit there and entertain what they have to say. Say, but bro, before you tell me what you're about to tell me, and first of all, I don't even know why you're telling me what you're about to tell me, but have you talked to the person? It sounds like you got something going on. Have you talked to this person yet? Nah, I was just trying to. Okay, then run it by. I just was running by you, just see what you. No. Don't run it by me because I'm not offended. The person you're offended with or whatever, go run it by them. They will be able to tell you exactly if whatever they're feeling. Just do that. So maybe you guys are listening to say, I'm never participating in that. I'm not doing it. But I bet you because of the kind of people, you may have people coming to you and running things to you, and you need to stop them. Because if you remain silent and you don't say nothing, you are now participating in that sin too. I think the book says that too. If you know something and you don't say nothing, you're participating too. You're a corporate because you enabled a bad behavior. So I hate that's why I hate when people come and talk to me because I don't like it because now you're putting me now I guess I get activated, but I don't like it because I try to stay out of people's business, be honest with you. Even when they have judgment, if they don't call me, great. I don't want to be involved. I just want to just keep on living a peaceful life, trying to maintain my spirit. But if somebody try to bring something, I go, it sounds like, are you good? Okay, I don't know what's going on. I don't know one way or the other, but it sounds like you need to go back and have that. Well, I'm just telling you from what I'm hearing, it sounds like you need to have a conversation with this particular. I don't even know who you're talking about, but whoever that person, you need to go have a conversation. And by the way, I just want to let you know, if that person doesn't listen to you, don't call me as a witness because I have to recuse myself because now I can no longer be a witness to you because that'll be the second step because now I've been privy to something and I may be tainted. And so I couldn't be a true witness for you. I would love to be a witness, but now I've been disqualified. See, that's the next step. So you redirect. So somebody comes to you. So I'm not only talking about what you do when somebody offends you, but if people are coming to you, you may be the one that a lot of people are coming to with stuff and gossiping and doing all this stuff. So when they come to you, you stop them, you redirect them, you provoke them according to Hebrew, provoke them into love, and you challenge them, say, hey, you go back to your brother, your sister. But if it doesn't work out, let them know, put them on notice. Don't come back to me as a witness. I will not be a witness because I'm privy to the stuff and I can't be a true witness. I need to be there. See, now we're going to go to step 2, but that's what you need to do. So if somebody's coming to you and trying to tell you some stuff, stop them. Stop it. It's going to be uncomfortable. I'm going to tell you, it's very uncomfortable. Man, I just want to some people say, man, thanks for listening, man. I just needed an ear. See, they're looking for an ear. But then you think that when you give them an ear, you think you can listen to them. You don't think you're going to be tainted. Now, when you see that person that they were talking about or perceive that they're talking about, now you can't help like, man, how come I'm seeing this person a certain way? Well, because somebody just spit in your ear and you allow them to put that poison in you. And so now they feel better, but now they just multiply more people. And this one person who came to me, he was offended about what somebody did to somebody else. I'm like, this is not even nothing you've had, but I can't, but what does this have to do with you?
Right.
I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And I don't even know what to tell you. Like, do you go back to the person you offended to him because of what somebody else did to somebody else? I'm like, it's like it becomes confusion after that. So if somebody comes to you, I'm gonna say it again, and you say, why? Because Israel just don't be remembering. Somebody comes to you, you stop them if you believe that they're entering territory of now trying to tell you something. Say, hey, I don't mean to cut you off. Just want to know, have you had this conversation with this person? No, okay. I'll appreciate if you go and talk to that person first. Now, because I heard just enough, I can't be a witness. So you're gonna have to find somebody that has not. I mean, walk them through the step. Find somebody as a witness. So now we're gonna go to step 2. That. But anyway, I hope I really hit all the different types of. Oh, okay, good. Warship is Ryan, who used to be with Michigan now. Okay, there you go. Makes sense. Made 5-hour videos about straightway. Wow. There you have it. Thanks, Jordan. Thanks for letting me know. So that makes sense. And look at I didn't even have to see Ryan on there. It was just his comment alone. See, look, he said he speaks. You know, he speaks with you with what they call this word, smooth lips. I have a bless you, elder. I don't even know what that means. If we meant today, but anyway, just keep moving. But now we're gonna go to step 2. How long have we been going? Okay, we're gonna.
I thought you said you were gonna end it there. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay,
no.
Because I'm kind of talking about step 2, and then because I won't talk about step 3, and let's do step 2 because this should be really because everybody kind of do step 2, but I think they do that wrong too. Okay. And guys, once again, if I'm wrong, please comment below, like, dislike, whatever, but just comment, tell me what I'm saying wrong. Love me enough. Now I would say come to me alone if you can. If you guys know me, reach out, get a hold of me and say I saw your video. But for the purpose of this video, you can put it on the comment section because I want everybody to see it. So I'm giving you permission that if you have any issue of what I've put out on this live stream, feel free. See, I'm giving you permission to put your offense in the comment section so everybody can see, and let's just use this as a teachable tool. Maybe if it's a real good concern, I will bring it up and we'll talk about it and chew on it. So the next step, is this it? Proverbs 2 is the next step. What's step 2? Let's go to step 2.
Okay. Yep.
So 101, go directly to your brother. Keep it private first. So I think we talked about every scenario, right? What do you think, Deacon? How do you?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably an endless list of scenarios, but I think in general, the more common ones we hit for sure.
So, and if anybody has any concern, well, what about this situation? What about that situation? Please, in the future, just put in the comment, and we will look through these comments. I do read the comment section, and we will address it if it's something that is like, oh, that's a different one. So, okay, now step 2: involve 2 or 3 witnesses. If unresolved, involve a few more. If unresolved, involve a few more. Deuteronomy 19:15. Let's read.
One witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity or for any sin in any sin that he sinneth. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or at the mouth of 3 witnesses shall the matter be established.
So clear. This is in Torah. This is right in the book. This is the first 5 books. This is Torah. And it clearly says one witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity or any sin. So we talk about sin. Like, man, he sinned. Can't come up. Can't rise up against any man. It doesn't matter if you're a pastor. one witness shall not rise up against any man for any iniquity or any sin. So, what does it mean to be a witness? I mean, I wish I would have put the definition of a witness. What is a witness? A witness is somebody that witnessed something, right? So the way it should, let me tell you what it should look like, because we rarely hear what it should look like. And then let me tell you how we normally hear it, okay? Because you guys probably already know what it looks like because it's done that way most of the time. So a true witness is this, where you say, hey, brother, what are you doing right now? I need you and I need you. What? Hey, I got a matter and I need you to witness it. Boom. So you bring the two witnesses. Okay, they don't know nothing about it. They don't even know who it is. I just need you to be here at this moment so you can witness. And this is what step 2 should look like. You guys ready? Are you guys ready? If you ready, put in 3. If you ready to hear step 2, put in 3 in the chat. I'm about to tell you, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be profound, but I want to see what you guys, if you guys are ready. I need your undivided attention on this one.
You want me to do a poll? You want to just do the?
No, you don't do a poll. I just want to see 3, but it's gonna be so quick. You got to be paying attention, okay? It's gonna be so quick, so I don't want you guys miss it. I'm gonna let you know it's step 3, and then don't blink. So I need to know everybody's ready. Okay, we got more. I need some more 3s. Come on, we got 33 in the chat. Let's get this. Let me get some more 3s, and then maybe there's 32 looking at it, but okay, I got one more. Okay, all right, guys, here it is. Here it is. Step 2 looks like this. With the addition of getting two or 3 witnesses, boom, boom. Hey, you can get another one, right? After you get those witnesses, all you're doing is you're repeating step 1. Woo-wee. That's it. So we already talked about step 1. So everything I think about step 1, the only difference is you're not alone. You got 2 to 3 witnesses seeing you repeat step 1. Now they can come in step 2 and see what you try to do in step 1, but you're going to repeat step 1 and you're going to do step 2 with people in the room now, or people there. They're going to be looking. Oh, I see how he's reacting. I see what he said. I'm hearing this for the first time. I see what he said that he did. I see how he's reacting. I mean, they're witnessing. They're just witnessing. There's 2 or 3 of them. Like, wow. It can look like this. Hey, brother, you know, I didn't really appreciate when you were looking at my woman like that. And the other guy said, man, what the F are you talking about, man? Yeah, I'll look at your woman if I want to. Get the hell out of my face. Everybody's seeing that. Hey, brother. Hey, the guy's right, man. Are you looking at this man's brother? So now you got other people in the room that literally heard it for the first time. They had no privy. They literally witnessed him saying it. They witnessed the reaction. They're looking at the whole thing. That's a true witness. Let me give another scenario. He could, and then when that happens, if he said, bump that, I'll look at her as much as I want to, man. If she whatever, okay. Now you can go to step 3 because everybody saw it. Now, but it could look like this. He could bring it up and he's bringing something up. He says, man, this is what I was doing. I was really doing this. I wasn't doing that. So, and he said, no, you're lying, man. I know you did that. You just saying. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, this is what I was doing. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know how you're seeing this, but this is what was happening. Now everybody's in the room looking like, okay, I can see how he saw it that way, but I can see this guy's reaction, how he's responding, boom, 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 and then boom, you get that resolved. And he said, oh, okay, my bad. I didn't know. I mean, nothing about it or whatever. But the point is, if we could just do what the book said, this is what Yeshua says. If you have not won your brother, then go and get 2 or 3 witnesses and do step 1 over again. I'm just trying to speak in a modern term. That's what it's saying. But this is what not to do. Now this is what you're probably more accustomed to doing or accustomed to seeing being done. This is what it looks like. It's like let's say, what color is this, Deacon?
Blue.
Blue. This what you? Okay. Let me put on here. I want everybody in here, type in what you think the color of this cup is. The Yeti. Type in what you think the color of this.
We're not sponsored by Yeti.
And we're not. Oh shit! This is for only
entertainment value.
Entertainment value only. They do not endorse. Man, I tell you. Oh my goodness! Please, what color is this? Please type in what you think the color is. I'm gonna wait until I get 3 or 4 responses, guys. Please participate. Now, one brother says, Carlos says blue. A410-500C. Woo, said blue. Okay, Xavier said navy blue. See, look, we got all these with. Some people said blue. Got navy blue, we got blue, blue, blue. Okay. So now, let's say I go to my brother and say, man, you call my cup green. No. I believe he called it green, right? Because, no, he says blue. But I perceive it. This is me. I perceive it as blue. I mean, it's green. Me. I'm the one that's offended because he's saying that my cup is blue. Everybody's saying it's blue, but I think it's green. Still, I'm gonna still go because now I'm offended because you call my cup blue and I think it's green. So I go in there and say, man, this is green. And he says, no, it's blue. No, man, now I'm offended. Now I'm gonna get 2 or 3 witnesses. They're gonna come. Hey. I can't convince this brother that this cup is green. This is a green cup. But you saying it's blue, and I'm telling you it's green. Okay, I'm gonna prove to you. Hey, let me get 2 or 3 witnesses. And now they come in here. I said, hey, I told you that this cup is green. He says, no, man, the cup is blue. It's blue. The other 2 witnesses, I got all these witnesses. It's I know you think but it is blue. He's right. You see, that's what the 2 witnesses are gonna say. Yeah, if that's the issue, he's right. You got it wrong. Maybe you're colorblind, and maybe you need to go get that checked out. Maybe you need to go to the doctor and get a reality check about how you see things. But this is how it really looks. So let's say I perceive this to be green. Okay, guys, I'm gonna do it. Let's say I perceive it to be green. This is what it looks like when people do it wrong. Okay, they go in and say, hey, Deacon, what do you think color this is? What do you say, Deacon? Just give me a color. What color is this?
Blue.
Blue. So then I say, okay, I can't use Deacon because he sees this as blue. Then I go find another person. Hey, Johnny, just act like you're Johnny. And just, what color you think this is?
Green.
Green. Hey, Johnny. Hey, John. Hey, I need a favor. Can you come with me? I need you to come with me. Then I go find another person. Hey, what color you think this is? And they say green. Now I go get Johnny and this other guy, and now we go and I say, hey, brother, I'm telling you, this cup is green. He said, no, it's blue. I mean, what do you guys think? Hey, the cup is green. You see, that's the wrong way to get a witness. See, I went in there looking to see who's going to agree with me, and then I come and bring them as a witness just to double team or triple team. That's not how the 2 to 3 witness works. You don't go in there and triple team somebody just to try to prove your point. We don't even talk about it. Because that's what people do. They go around looking to see who's going to be in agreement, and then they call them as a witness. And when they're not a witness, they're actually a false witness. So let's do that. Let's master that. If step 1, and I really think that if you do step 1, you're going to get to step 2. But if step 1 doesn't work, can we do that? That if you really get a witness, get somebody that doesn't know anything that's about to be said, what the concern, all they know is that you need them as a witness. That's all they need to know. I just need to, I know you're a believer. You filled with the Holy Spirit. You're in the truth. You command. Anybody can do this stuff. I just need a true witness. Let's do that. And let's see if Satan can really do anything about that. So that's really step 2. Step 2 is just pretty much step 1, but you're doing it with people in the room. But you're getting true witnesses. You're not, because once you tell me a little bit about it, or I think, hey man, I was going to my guy and I told him that this is a green cup, and man, I'm telling you, this is green. Don't you see green? Yeah, I do see green. Oh yeah, look at it in the light. Oh yeah, I see green. Can you come with me, be a witness? You see, that person is no longer a witness. Now you're coming in here and you're just trying to you try to double team somebody, triple team them. That's not how the 2 or 3 witnesses are supposed to work. That's why the book says a witness. So maybe this is too elementary. Maybe I'm making this too basic. First was natural, then was spiritual. But if I'm wrong, somebody please love me enough to tell me. But hey, for the sake of this video, put it in the comment section how I got this thing wrong. I'm going to stop on step 1, step 2. We'll cover step 3 because that's a whole thing. But step 1 and step 2 is pretty much the same. The only difference is one is alone and the other one has 2 or 3 witnesses who is not privy to what's going on. They're truly a true witness. So involve a few more. Do you remember? And is that all we have for that one? And we'll just stop there.
No, I mean, yeah, for the step 2, yeah, that's all we have.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stop there. We got so much more that we can talk about, but I really wanted this. I mean, we were way longer, but this is, guys, this is what's plaguing us right now. We need to just master the base. We got to go back to the basics. Go back to the essential. This is love. Let's gain a brother and sister back. Let's gain them by loving them, by doing things like this. You're gonna get offended. I'm telling you right now. If you are alive, you will be offended. Warning. Tell your little babies, when you get older, you're going to be offended. And teach them how to handle it. But you can teach them by how you handle it. You're going to be offended. You're going to be offended by somebody you respect. You're going to be offended by the man of God. I mean, guys, Jesus offended people. I mean, if a ministry is based on numbers, then Jesus himself, Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ, he himself has failed. How many people followed Jesus and then he taught some hard teachings to the point where people says, man, this is hard teaching. Who can hear what you're saying? And they stopped following Jesus. Jesus failed. Christianity did better than Jesus. I mean, it was so bad. Jesus' ministry was so bad compared to modern times that he had to turn to his disciples and say, are you going to leave me too? Even Jesus asked the question. That's how many people left in groves. And now we think that just because somebody's leaving, there's something wrong with the ministry. So if something's wrong with the ministry, now I'm not saying the ministry is Jesus, but I'm just saying, did Jesus do something wrong? Maybe Jesus needs to sit down and maybe be taught on PR or learn how to talk in such a way so he doesn't lose people, because he lost a lot of people. He had less people than that left. I mean, he had more people leave that stayed with him. And at the end, he was left all by himself, abandoned, denied 3 times. They all ran. So did Jesus do something wrong? These are the questions we got to ask ourselves, guys. Did not Yeshua say that he chose us out of the world and that if he was persecuted, we will be persecuted? Did he not say he's going to bless us, but it's not going to be without persecution? So anyway, that's all I have for you guys. I could go on, but I really wanted to just slow it down. I spent a lot of time on step 1, and step 2 was so quick because step 2 is the same as step 1. The only difference is now you're not alone. There's 2 or 3 witnesses, and you have to get the right witness, not just any witness. You have to get the witness that's not privy to your conversations or to your alts or whatever. Allow them to witness step 1 all over again. Anyway, that's all I have for you on that.
All right, reaction time with Elder.
Person. I don't like conflict. Like, I'll do almost anything to not to paper it over. Though. That's the thing.
That's it.
To fix it. But the reason that I'll engage in conflict is because I know it isn't a theory. I know that conflict delayed is conflict multiplied. And so if I do have a problem with someone, I want to note it, get it on the table, fight it through to the bloody bottom, fix it, and move on. And there's that's a lot of emotional stress and complex reconceptualization and retooling, and people would rather avoid that.
There you have it.
I'm a very
Is that more?
No, that was it.
That's it. That's another scenario. A lot of people avoid step one because they're afraid of conflict. I forgot that. A lot of people just don't want conflict, so they will avoid it. But what's this guy named Peterson?
Jordan Peterson.
Peterson, he has a good point. He says, as much as I don't like conflict, and guys, I'm gonna tell you, I don't like conflict too. But the reason what motivates me is because I know that if I don't deal with this, it's like sweeping something underneath the work, and eventually gonna get to a point and I'm going to explode. And so I'm saying, let me just deal with every single offense head on and get this thing over with. Because if I don't do it now, I'm going to deal with it later. Somehow it's going to pop up. Either it's going to pop up externally, or it's going to pop up internally where I can get cancer. I can get some type of disease or some type of things that can affect me. And so I thank Yah for his word. So what Jordan Peterson just said, that's exactly that's a lot of reason why people don't do step one, because they're afraid of conflict. So they rather get other people involved and or just go all the way to step 3 and or step 4 and be done with it, because people are afraid of conflict. So that was a good. I did one of my survey. That was one of the things that came up, that I'm not a confrontational person. So avoiding conflict may be a reason why I skipped step 1. So that was a good one. That's a good one. So that's a real reaction right there. I'm reacting.
That's good.
You found that quick. Did you find that yesterday or today?
One of the brothers sent it to me.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay.
The way to avoid conflict is to resolve it when it happens and learn from it. What you're doing by people pleasing, never rocking the boat, you're just piling up unresolved issues and piling up until there's ongoing tension, ongoing irritability, and then an explosion. The way to avoid conflict.
Guys, again, that's another. See, you should have played. Maybe we should have played these videos before. Then it will make sense. But another reason why people pleaser. You got people who are people pleaser, and so because they want to please people, they don't say nothing. So that's why maybe this is why Pastor Dow don't hear when people have concerns, but they just leave. They just vote. Like that one guy, he said they vote with their feet, but then you don't even know why they left, because they're so busy trying to please him. They don't love the man of Yah enough to say, hey, I'm offended. This bothered me, or whatever the thing is. And so people pleasing. So fear of conflict, people pleasing. That's good. These are the things that keeps people from doing what Yeshua told us to do by going to your brother one-on-one. You're so busy trying to please man instead of trying to please Yah. See, when I go to my brother, I know I'm pleasing Yah, and I'm not worried about trying to please my brother. I'm trying to please Yah, and so I follow the instructions. That's what it means to be a Yah pleaser, not a man pleaser. Isn't that what got Saul? He was trying to please man, right? But rather he should have feared Yah. So anyway, that's another good one. Another good one. Hallelujah.
That was redaction time with Elder. Hallelujah.
Well, that's it, guys. That's all. I mean, we had a lot more, but I just felt led by the Spirit of Yah to just really slow down. I mean, look, we spent a good hour or more just talking about step 1, because I just seen it being done wrong. And even it sounds like a lot of you guys are listening. You guys do it right, but then you could be in the scenario where you hear it and you don't stop that person and say, whoa, did you go back and talk to that person? Well, hey, I need you to go back to that person, have that conversation with them, and just go in love. Just regardless of perceive or not, just go talk to that person. Now, if it doesn't work out, and I hope it will, and I think it's going to work out, 90% of the time it usually does work out. But if it doesn't work out, I'm just letting you know I would not be a witness, because I can't witness to something that I've already was privy to. So find somebody that doesn't know about it and educate these people. Maybe more of us start doing that. When people start coming to us, maybe more people be educated on how to proceed further. So maybe they may come to you because they don't know any better, or They're afraid of conflict, or they're people pleaser. But if you redirect your brother or your sister back to the source of the problem, and then when they go in there talk, let them know, don't come back to me. But when you go to somebody, go find somebody that doesn't know. Just tell them, hey, I need you, and you follow me or meet me here. And don't say anything. What is it about? I just need you as a witness. That's it. That's all they need to know. I need a witness. They should automatically know, okay, we're here to witness. When they tell us about judgment, as an elder, usually when I'm coming in for judgment, all I know is we have a judgment. I don't know what the judgment is. I don't even know who. 90% of the time, I don't even know who's being judged. But I know I got to be in there. They call me. So I'm like, okay, I got to go. And then I sit there and I'm hearing it for the first time. I'm hearing the person bringing the accusation. I'm seeing the person reacting. We're looking at it. We ask them questions just to kind of get some clarity. But we hear it. We tell them to step out of the room. Then we kind of deliberate. And then we tell them to come back. And then we give our judgment. But I've never gone to a judgment where I knew what was going on, usually for me. Now, I'm not saying for other elders and whoever's been there, but for me, all the judgment I've ever been on, I never knew what was going on. The only thing I knew was I was there to judge the matter. Didn't even know who, didn't know what, didn't know where, didn't know how. I just knew I was going to judge. And that is what a true witness should look like. I just know, all I know is I got to witness something. And guys, I'm going to tell you, this is what we do here at Straightway Praiseland. We do this to a T. If you don't believe me, get the guys, at least when it comes across my tape, this is how we roll. And we've seen it work beautifully. It can be perceived, it can be real, but whatever the case is, when you do what Yeshua tells us to do, man, it's so beautiful. That's why I think that we have, one of the, best communities. I can say that. Doesn't mean we don't have our issues, and we don't. Trust me, we iron sharpen iron. We have issues, but we work it out. And I think, that that we follow this book. So I can boldly say that here at Straightway Praiseland, we lock tight. I mean, we got this, and we work together. We figure this thing out, but we do what the book says. And when we don't, a righteous man falls times, and we get back up. So it doesn't mean that when I say this, doesn't mean Straightway Praiseland doesn't have issues. No, we have issues because issues are going to happen. Conflict is going to happen. Offense is going to happen. Is what you do with it. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Deacon.
Hallelujah. I'll do closing statements here. Well, Saints, if you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to fellowship with Straightway, please visit the website at straightway.com. And you can also get in touch with the dining hall if you call the number for the dining hall, which is 615-688-3025. Again, you can call the dining hall, ask for Elder Becker, and they'll get you in touch with the nearby assembly. That number to call is 615-688-3025. Elder Kabir, give us your closing statements.
All right, guys. Hey, I just want to challenge you guys as we talk about how to deal with offense biblically. I want to challenge you guys to master Matthew 18:15-17. I want you guys to really master that first step. If you experience, let's do a 21-day challenge. Let's do a 21-day challenge. Say if I get in any type of offense, any type of feelings of where somebody rubbed me the wrong way or whatever, no matter how ridiculous, no matter how small, great it is in my eyes, I'm going to go to my brother. I'm committed. I'm going to go to my brother. I'm going to go to my sister. I'm going to bring the offense to them, and let's see what happens. Let's just experiment. Let's just try. It's going to happen. I know it happens. Within 21 days, something is going to happen. And let's really bring it to the person. It could be a spot. It could be a husband to a wife to a husband. It could be a brother to a brother. It could be a sister to this wife, whatever. Children, whatever. Just let's make a commitment that if I experience this stuff, just for testing purpose on, just to see how it will look, and bring it, and let's master. You can't master if you don't practice. Let's really practice this thing and not just wait down the road. Let's just, I'm gonna get funky with it. Like I had a thought. Usually I wouldn't think this is a big deal, but I want to test this thing out that Elder Kabir talked about. I'm gonna test this out. I mean, something you walk by. I don't know, man. Did you fart? Like it could be something stupid like that. And he may tell you, yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. I farted. Forgive me. That's a trespass. Or it could be, no, it's eggs. Oh, okay. I thought that you farted because it smelled funky up there. Okay. Now it makes. I don't know. Let's just test it out and let's see what happens. So, hey, until next time, I hope you guys have a good Shabbat. Until next time, shalom, shalom.